This episode of the Secrets to Success podcast is brought to you by Green Chef and Organifi. Green Chef is the first USDA certified organic meal kit delivery service that includes everything you need to cook delicious gourmet meals that you can feel good about. For $50 off your first order of Green Chef, go to greenchef.us/success. That's greenchef.us/success. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, Green Juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. Just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com, that's Organifi.com, to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on? What up?
And Dr. Douglas Thomas reporting live from Grand Ledge.
I know, right?
You know, I feel funny because we did the one episode and you went straight to me. I'm still having flashbacks about that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, no, Carl missed that episode. Carl was in Lansing.
Hey, it was what an episode to miss, though.
Yeah, no, shout out to Inky, man. Everybody enjoyed that episode. It was good stuff. So, man, I'm trying to think. We did. Oh yeah, no, we did the one here, Carl. Yeah, okay, that was 2 episodes ago. So, it's running together on me. Yeah, shout out to just us for doing this podcast one time, Carl. Like, in case y'all didn't know, we still I'm talking about out the trunk with it. Carl got me with these.
Literally.
If you love Energizer, you will love Energies. You know what I'm saying? Like these batteries, bro. I'm like, Carl, you know how back in the day when you had you couldn't afford the real cereal, so you had the one that was like the knockoff. You know what? It was Lieutenant Crunch. Like we talked about that before.
Yeah.
I got the Lieutenant Crunch batteries, bruh. I'm like, Carl, we doing all right in this life. Can I get a couple little batteries? Lord have mercy. I couldn't get Duracell or Energizer, so I put them in. And they died. I did the intro and they died. I'm like, what in the devil? So, anyway.
In the spirit of passing blame, see, I will say that Nikki is the person that bought these batteries while we were in Atlanta, so I just got to use them. I'm trying to get rid of them.
Where are y'all buying them from? The secondhand store? I'm like, something's supposed to be new, Carl.
Gently used, though.
Gently. So, how was your Father's Day, man? Happy Father's Day, belated Father's Day to y'all. If y'all like me, then you had a full-time job on Sunday just returning Father's Day texts. Y'all know I'm a gorilla. I'm sitting there like, Lord, this is a lot of and shout out to everybody who texts me, because I know most of the people who text me probably listen to the podcast. Thank you. If I did not get back to you, I love you, and happy Father's Day to you if you're a father as well. But man, I'm talking about I could have spent the entire day just firing back texts. It was crazy.
No question.
But I know as a Flamingo that's the highlight of your day.
I'm going to be honest with you, bruh, and I don't want to say this on, I'm just saying.
No, say it. Don't hold nothing back.
You know what I'm saying? We on podcast and people listening, you know what I'm saying, it might get sensitive, but no, I like to be in control of my Flamingo. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to be controlled.
You don't want your Flamingo to be dictated to you.
Oh, I promise you I don't. And I got about 4,422 Happy Father's Day boys, and 4,000 of them was from people I really know, love me, and sincerely wanted to wish me a Happy Father's Day. But I it's what you said. See, I just it's time consuming because I do want to personalize it. Like I don't want to just send you back the Happy Father's Day
right. Thanks.
I want to personalize it, and so it was it was a challenge.
But you know what I was saying though, E? That's the good thing about being a gorilla is nobody expecting no long fuzzy boy back from
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They looking at E like, I know E about to come through for me. What you got? So if you just say thanks, you'd have killed their whole day.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't go old school ET. I tapped into the 72% of my gorilla and was like, yeah, and just was like ditto. You know what I'm saying?
Ditto.
Ditto. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
ditto is worse than thanks.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Wow.
it's tough
your
though,
boy.
bro. It's
Hey,
tough.
I saw Dorset, Gerald Dorset. See, you remember Dorset?
Yeah.
Gerald
of course.
Gerald put a post up. I was like, oh, Gerald, I ain't know what he is, but he got gorilla in him. Gerald was like, look, let me just do a quick post to everybody that sent me a Father's Day hookup. If I
Yeah,
ain't
that's for
talked to you,
everybody.
and he said, if I ain't talked to you this year, quite a skit. I don't even know why you texted me happy Father's Day. Like, don't even hit me with that. He went off. He was like, yo, don't even hit me
Yeah,
with
I
that.
did
Like,
get
I ain't
some of
talked to you
those.
this year. Oh, he went
Yeah,
off,
I did get
bruh.
I did get a couple, and I didn't respond, but a couple of my haters did Happy Father's Day me as if this
Oh.
day, as if the Father's Day was just gonna make everything good.
Kumbaya.
Oh,
And,
no doubt.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
you know what's crazy? I
yeah.
was like looking on my phone for like an auto reply, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. But I want, you know what I'm saying? You know how like it say when you email somebody like this person is out of the office. I was about to be like, his phone is no longer accepting any messages because I'm trying to enjoy the day. So, man, shout out. It was Avery's birthday as well. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that really make it bad. Oh
we
yeah,
end
that
up-
really
yeah.
make it
Oh
bad.
yeah, we FaceTime
Yeah.
E and Diddy on the birthday celebration, so they seen it. But we had friends over, man, and just hung out and had Avery's birthday party. It was great, man.
Whose birthday party is it though? When you two and it's a house full of grown people over there.
It was 3 kids here. It was Trey and Ava was. I think it was 3 total kids.
Yeah, I saw
so.
some grown
Sydney?
people
Oh
in
no,
the house.
4. Shout out to my boy Keenan who came through with his little man. So yeah, no, it was 4 kids, man. So we had a couple kids here. It was a couple little shorties running,
I just saw when
rugrats
you
running around.
FaceTime me, I saw 2 kids, including her, and then I saw like a house
That was
full of
my
grown
kids.
people.
Yeah, that was
I
my
was
kids.
just like, whose birthday is it?
Yeah, no, we did it real small compared to last year. Last year was about 100 people in the house. This year it was just a small little, nice little family. This house is much smaller, remember? So, nice little family gathering. All right,
Way
6 of
smaller
us.
than the last one.
There's 6 of us. Can I do a line of the week? And let me ask you this: can I do a line of the week? And can I give myself line of the week?
Oh.
Is that frowned upon?
It depends
hey.
on what it is. Let's hear it.
No, I'm just saying, I don't care what it is. He gonna get some hate mail for lying
Oh,
about
yeah,
himself
yeah.
No
out.
doubt. Yeah, that's a given. Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to teach y'all gonna get it regardless. So don't try to bend. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
do
Just
it,
don't embrace your inner hate. All right, cool. So look, I'm giving myself and Josh, my brother Josh Hatch, Lions of the Week, co-Lions of the Week. And sometimes people listen to me. You don't get the line of the week because of what you did. You get the line of the week because of what you didn't do. All right? So let me explain. So shout out to Huddy, who was here in Georgia golfing over the weekend, 3rd place state tournament. Congrats, buddy. Proud of you. So the fam came over on Monday because they stayed and, they were going to stay. And Josh and Huddy ended up staying an extra day. Heather and Bear drove back. So Tuesday morning, it was just the fellas. I took Avery to school, let Trey stay home. It's me, Trey, Huddy, Josh. We're going to have a little boys' day. So we started off with breakfast, right? So we go to breakfast, and, Trey loved hanging out with Josh and Huddy. So we get to breakfast. Trey wants to sit on the same side as Josh and Huddy. So it's 3 of them, me on this side. So I'm looking at the 3 of them. Them 3 are facing me. Now, Trey is 4 years old. So, of course, he's a little rambunctious. He's play fighting with Josh and Huddy and doing his thing. Nothing deep, though. Right? Like, it's not like out of control. He's not like yelling. He's 4. So, but he's like, a little roughhouse, just a tad bit, I guess, but nothing extreme because I would have checked him and been like, yo, chill out, sit down. Or Josh would have been like, okay, it's getting a little whatever. And the restaurant is not like super packed. This is a new area. I don't know the area that well, but it seems to be a family-friendly restaurant. It's like, it's a breakfast spot, but like, let's just picture a little bit better than IHOP, but not much. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like
IHOP.
Yeah, IHOB. Sorry. Right, exactly. IHOB. That's going to take me some time, E. I've been on
Man,
IHOP for a long time.
No question.
So Trey is, playing around. Him and Josh are like play fighting, whatever, nothing deep. But I'm looking straight at them so I can see what's going on. All of a sudden, a guy who was sitting behind Josh, so him and Josh are sitting back to back. He gets up and he comes over to our table and he like leans over, like, I'm not gonna say super aggressively, but somewhat aggressive. And it was like, hey, your son, I'm trying to have breakfast, a birthday breakfast with my wife, and your son keeps grabbing my collar. Like, I'm trying to have a nice, quiet breakfast here, and like, and
lying.
Oh, let me tell you something. I felt like I saw myself in the pool being baptized with E.
No questions.
And you know how something happens so quick, like, and I'm, first of all, he was lying. I'm watching Trey and John, I'm looking at them the entire time. There's no way Trey grabbed his collar. Like, it wasn't that close to where he was even close to my man's collar. And so now, the only thing I can say is maybe he was kind of like shaking the booth a little bit every once in a while when they were playing, kind of like somebody kicking your airplane seat, which is like, I'm cool if you want to say, hey guys, good morning. Little man is a little rambunctious, would you mind? Hey, all good. Hey, no problem. But my man was like slightly aggressive. And he was like a bigger dude too. Not bigger like swole, bigger like big. But it was like mad aggressive. And so Josh and I like kind of were like, all right, we kind of looked and he like sat back down. And you know how it just get quiet? Like, okay, hold up. And you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, now you first of all, you talking about my baby now. You kind of came over aggressive. So I feel like, and so probably like I took like a half a bite of my food. I saw Josh take a half a bite of his food. And then like I said something to Trey. And I looked at Josh and his face was turning red and I could see steam coming out of his ears. And I seen steam coming out of his ears. So I started getting a little bit more worked up. Because I'm like, dude, like, okay, first of all, this ain't necessarily the most romantic breakfast spot in the world if you're trying to have, you know what I'm saying, just in general. But anyway, that's besides the point. Two, I'm like, bro, you didn't have to get aggressive about it. Like, it wasn't like it was like the third time he said nothing. Like, we didn't even realize, like, and like I said, it wasn't that out of hand anyway. So I looked at Josh and he looked at me and I looked at him and I said, bro, let it go. Just let it go. We sitting having a great breakfast, great time. We got coffee, we chill. And Josh like turned his head to the side and I could see him thinking. And he was like, man, you right. And so we let it go. We didn't say anything to my man. We continued on. I told Trey, just, hey, sit down, let's just relax. And we ate our breakfast and we went away. The end. So I want to give myself and my brother Josh Lions of the Week for not beating my man down in IHOP.
In the restaurant.
You know what I'm saying? The first beat down in IHOP history. No, but here go the thing though. You know what? It's funny because I had a client yesterday and we were talking and I told him what you always taught us, which is that when emotions are high, reasoning is low. And that you should never make a decision when emotions are super high. So Josh and I both had high emotions at that time. So the reasoning was like, I'm talking about thin as ice. But we were able to hold on to that little bit of reasoning, wait for the emotions to come down. And then probably 5 minutes later, you know how it is. You cooled off. You're not even tripping. And man, I'm so grateful that we didn't because as my man had an attitude, he was hyped like that. If I would have like even said something to my man, to kind of provoke it, like, man, shut up and sit down. You know what I mean? Just anything. And he would have tried to get physical or something. I'm like, yo, this could really Now, he was definitely going to come out short end of the stick. Josh 6'8", 2 something. I'm 6'4", 2 something. Like that, it was going to be a terrible decision from my man. But, now we got to, you get what I'm trying to say. And I really was proud of both of us in that moment for not going off or, obviously we weren't just about to beat my man down, but just even saying something, negative. We just kind of like, hey, my bad, whatever, and we let it ride. And, E, I do want to thank you because you always taught us that, if emotion is high, just wait for that emotion to come down. If you still want to do something, you still want to knock my man out in 20 minutes, cool, knock him out. But take that moment to breathe, woosah, and get it out your system, and then come back to the table and see what you think. And like I said, 5 minutes later, I was like, man, whatever. I'm not, my dad had a saying, he always, excuse me, this podcast, he said it a little different, but he said, don't let a butt head make you a butt head, all right? And I think you get where I'm going, but he always told me that. Like anytime somebody would do something, he said, hey, don't let a butthead make you a butthead. And that's the truth. And so Lions of the Week go to myself and Josh. And the Gazelle of the Week goes to my man who almost had a heart attack because a 4-year-old playing in the booth behind him. Gazelle of the Week. Gazelle of the Week. You a gazelle? Gazelle of the Week. Gazelle of the Week. So, and I did think about E and Diddy and how they wanted no kids to be allowed in restaurants, period. And this guy could have been at y'all restaurant, at y'all table. Y'all would have had a great little retirement breakfast together.
Oh, great time. You feel me? Hallelujah. Hey, we're a little bit more, hey, you know what's crazy though, Carl? Like when you get older, you hear sayings, right? CJ just said thin ice. And I was like, yo, whoever said that must have been from the dirty South because the ice in Michigan is thick.
Oh,
You know
Yeah, you can go
ice
fishing
up
on
here.
that joint.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, you can drive your
Yeah,
truck out on the ice.
You can drive your truck on it. So I just, I'm just thinking when he said it, critical thinking, like with thin ice. Our ice isn't thin here in Michigan.
No. But here's the thing. The saying is on thin ice. So it's
but I was
describing what type of ice. It's not saying all ice is thin. It's saying
Yeah, I'm
on
just saying,
thin
I
ice.
don't even. Yeah, I'm just saying
We
I don't even
can't
think
make
there
that
is any
reference
thin
up
ice
here.
here.
Yeah, we
I'm
can't
just
make
saying, I
that
don't think it's a
reference.
such
So it's
thing.
no such thing ever as thin ice? What about in September? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. I was just thinking though. I was like, yeah, for real though. If you're in Georgia, it probably wouldn't at some point be thin ice. I just know the last couple winters here, or maybe when they said it, it was thin. But the last couple years here, that sucker been thick.
Oh yeah, no, y'all gonna get it. Well, E not gonna get it because E not gonna be there.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I don't know where E's gonna be. E, this the
I
longest you've
don't
been
know.
at home, and I swear I'm not even used to you being at home because when I called you the other day, I was like, "Where you at?" And you were like, "Oh, I'm at the crib." I'm like, "What?"
I almost
Like,
called the police, see, because E used to walking around the neighborhood and he ain't been here in so long. I seen this one random dude about 6:30 a couple of days ago walking around this circle.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm like,
they
I'm about to call
they
the
about to start
police.
calling the police on E
I'm like, I
again.
don't know who this
Like,
dude
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
Whoa,
I did take my
run
hoodie
down-
off though, Carl. I did
Hey,
take the hoodie off.
Right.
Hey, run down the camps for me. I was actually late because me and Jalen were taking care of a situation. I didn't get the chance to go to the camp in Detroit, but Jalen called me, man. I love Bug. He oh man, doing an excellent job at the camps, but we had a little issue, and he called me and said, Unc, I'm not comfortable with handling that. Can you handle that? I said, absolutely not.
No
I
question.
said, absolutely not. You can do it yourself. Put on your big boy pants. You don't get to just do the fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got to change diapers too. So he called me back, was like, okay, walk me through it. I walked him through it. So that's why I was a little late getting on the podcast, but I was
no
proud of him.
question
He's taking care of it as we speak. So I'm just trying to do my part to make sure he on the next level. But run it down. How was Detroit? How did it turn out? It looked great. I saw some pics online and saw some video. It looked phenomenal. Can you catch us up on how the camp went?
So E, let me go first because you got a closer. I only got this one. See, I didn't do Atlanta, and I'm just telling you. See, walking through the door, man, I had flashbacks of Jalen as a kid and watching Jalen now, and I'm just like, yo, this kid is I'm talking about growth extraordinaire. See, like I'm talking about he was down there. He hit me like, yo, I'm leaving 6. I'm like, ooh, 6. The thing don't start till like 9. Why are we going so early, bro? Jalen was down there at probably like 6. It's like an hour away from us, y'all. He was down there. I'm talking about he and E leaving from the same house. He could jump in the car.
Yeah.
He was down there at 6. We got there, bro. Tables laid out. I'm talking about everything is set up. I'm watching Jay handle it. And see, from the chameleon side, you'll understand this. I'm watching Jay handle it in such a, like, chill, not stressed, laid out. Like, he had the people in place. Like, he got everything going. Like, he not running around head over heels trying to, like, oh, my God, we didn't do this. You know, we need, no. Jay was like, hey, can you, yep, all right, got it, yep. But he was, here's the key word. He managed the entire thing extremely well. He managed the entire, and I was like, wow, it make perfect sense. Like, he did them 4 years with Izzo, and I'm talking about learn systems and learn how to put things together. And what I saw, I was like, whoa, not to be funny, but Jay got something going on that's strong, bro. Like I'm talking about kids, parents. I'm watching them come out of that place crying. We had some parents that took their kids out to eat after them kids was wore out, bro. Them kids was sleeping at the dinner table, but everybody had a blast. Like I'm talking about no injuries, you know, a couple little scratches and bruises here and there, but nothing crazy. Yeah, it was phenomenal, from start to finish from what I saw.
Dope. E?
Yeah. He tried to, he gorilla me once or twice. And I was just like, okay, E, relax. I might have got the co-lion
praise
today
God.
too.
Bug gorilla you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I must have got the co-lion too. once or twice. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I
For
had
not
to,
spanking my son in the middle of his camp.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was like, hold on there, little young man, that whippersnapper, that boy. Don't talk to
But
me like that.
it's like, it's a weird feeling because you almost like, you pissed, but you proud at the same time.
Yeah.
I was slightly more pissed. Slightly more pissed than I was
No doubt.
proud. But no, man, I was actually walking this morning and I was like, I just got to say, thank you, first and foremost to you and Carl, and then of course, Josh and, all the others. But as I was at the camp the last 2 days, I was just saying to myself, just like, wow, whatever the first level of whatever we trying to accomplish and do, we've done that and surpassed that, and to be in a position, because I was just thinking like, I'm in a position to be, the next, leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a position, like there are parents that are dropping their kids off, like, I mean, literally,
That
see, you
was
should have been there. It's like,
crazy.
all right, what time? They dropping them off and like walking out as they dropping them off. All right, ET, what time I got to come get them? Like, no, I'm going to walk in and check in on the building,
Nothing, see.
facilities.
Nothing.
It was crazy, bro. It was just like, these people out here who trust me. Like they've been rocking with us all these years. And it's just like, they walking in like, E, thank you so much. I can't believe you doing this. Like, this is unbelievable. I wish it was longer. I wish my child, we had one lady, I was in tears this morning, man. Her son and daughter came, well, they both came, but of course the son stayed. But she said their father, man, had just gotten sentenced to 19 years the day before they brought them to the camp. And she was just in tears, man. It was just like, I need you. He needs you. So man, just to forget the camp, to be in the position to do a free camp.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to be in a position. And again, this isn't a low budget free. They eating five guys.
No. Yeah. A
Yeah,
big
you
shout out
understand?
to our sponsor too, man. Harbor Solar. Who else sponsored us for the Detroit camp? Help me out. ETA, of course. Shout out to us for putting up the bread.
Guys.
Five guys,
guys.
Five guys for sure.
Looked out. And
Thank
of
you to
course,
Five
we got,
Guys for showing up.
We got Chick-fil-A on the next one and Lloyd Agency on the next one in Chicago, which is Monday and Tuesday free. If you listen to this podcast, it might be too late because we started with 70 kids in that one, so there's only 50 spots left. So I don't, like, whenever you're listening to this, it could be too late, but if it's not, you want to sign up. But yeah, man, just to be able to go from being able to provide for ourselves, being able to have impact on the world to now have an influence. It's like, we got 100 and some kids. I'm talking about Kendall was there, Jorge, like our organization, like the people that we have built up, they are there. TJ is there.
Crazy.
Lil D
Linton.
is there.
Yep.
Corshawn, Linton is there. Bro, you got Tum Tum, who just left playing 4 years, Michigan State. You got T. Walt is there. You got guys that went to the Final Four. You got guys from the Final Four that played in the Final Four actually coaching these kids, doing drills. You got guys who are, what is it, Carl? Is not paraplegic, but what is it, Carl?
What's my man Cedric?
Yeah, Cedric is a prosthetic leg. See,
Oh,
he's there.
my goodness, see.
Out running the kids. See, my man, killing them.
Let me just give you a paint a picture. See, so I'm standing, and I never met Ced before. So I'm standing at the door, greeting some of the kids as they come in, and Ced comes in, and I can't see real well, but I'm seeing him limping, and he's pushing a wheelchair. So like I said, I never met him. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, who's supposed to be in the wheelchair? Like, my man pushing this wheelchair, coming in, the bag in the wheelchair, and I could see him kind of walking with a little limp. So now he gets past me, and I'm like, oh, my man, both legs gone. He on prosthetics for both of them. See, my man just came in, both legs, bro. My man came in, swapped them legs out, put the little blades on. Remember my man from the Olympics that had the blades?
I remember.
They put them blades on, and see, I might go on record and say I think he got more energy than you. I might go
real,
see.
Bro.
My
you
man
have to. I got 2 legs, so even if it was close, he got me, bro.
My man blew them kids out, see? Like, he was like, yeah, if I beat y'all in the rest, y'all gotta do extra 10 push-ups, 20 push-ups. And he was blowing them jokers out with the prosthetic limb. I'm talking about 9, 10-year-olds. And my man was working them out, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
The whole day.
And so
Crazy.
imagine you having a guy like that served our country, you know, who had this tragedy serving our country, telling the kids no excuses.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like this is, so I'm saying, like, we got grown men, you know, who played D1 ball, football, basketball. You got grown men, you know, who have children and families who are talking to these kids, you know, and you can see these young boys loving it, eating it up.
Eating it up.
They eating it up. You got Kendall, we did vision boards with them. They're talking about, bro, we thinking they're gonna say they want to hoop because it's basketball. Bro, they like, I want to be a neurosurgeon. I want to go to Johns Hopkins University. I want to be a real estate agent. I want to flip homes. That's what all these kids are on. And we was like, oh, we got you. You talking to an engineer. Ricky Venters is an engineer.
Yep. Ricky
who works
drove
with Johns
up,
Hopkins.
y'all. Ricky
Yeah,
drove
Ricky
from
drove all
DC
the way
up
up
like
from
10
DC.
hours, bro. 9, 10 hours.
With his 3 boys.
With his
So,
3
man,
kids in the car.
Man, I just was like, wow, we got Chicago next. I've been getting tons of emails, texts, phone calls. Can we get Cleveland next year? Can we get Miami next year? I'm in Lakeland, Florida. Can we get one in Florida next year? Can you come to Cali? And I'm just like, yo, we are legitimately
Wait a minute, now I
touching
can't be
lives.
sponsoring all of them. We had to get a couple extra sponsors.
Oh,
you
and
know
we
what I'm
gonna
saying?
get you-
That's
we
a
gonna
lie.
get
I
what you
just did
see.
the math as you was rattling off these cities.
Yeah, no, we got you.
Hold
We got
up.
you, see? We sold, hey, Carl, we
You feel
sold
me, Carl?
T-shirts.
I
We
love the
sold
kids,
T-shirts.
but shoot.
Yeah. Hey, tell them, Carl, we sold T-shirts and books.
Hey,
We're going to try to do our part. Yeah,
Hey,
we're going
the
to try
pa-
to get one.
yeah,
We're going to
yeah,
try to
we gonna
sponsor
get you
1.5 of them next year.
Hey, I'm just trying to break
Through the books.
even. I'm like,
Yeah, through
Lord
the
have
books.
mercy.
Yeah, so it was, man, it's nothing that you can explain, and to know that 10 years from now, and all these kids, man, you had 10-year-olds like, what up, E.T.? What up, E.T.? Monday I grind, Tuesday I grind. And I'm just like, yo, we went from being able to impact them via social media to now we touching them. And so it's what you said before, see, like years ago when we started, nobody knows who you are. You gotta bring the walls down. You gotta get them to pay attention. Now they're coming after listening to you since they were 5, and they all in. And when we leave, it's Uncle E. Hey, Uncle E.T., man, thanks, man. When we gonna see you again? And so I'm just so grateful for Kendall and TJ because we've got a weekly call with these kids, and then we're gonna do a meetup once a month in the Detroit and
man, that's
Chicago
big.
area in Atlanta. So, man, I'm just excited because we had a mother say, crying, okay, all right, I'm gonna get off of this. The parent piece is the biggest piece. You got parents in there, and Ricky's breaking down what they need to do to get into school, what they need SAT, what they need in terms of their writing. TJ in there breaking down what his father did, what he did for his 3 boys, what happened to him in college. He's got worksheets. Man, they going in with the parents. Parents staying half a day, staying till lunch, eating lunch with us. And one mother was just in tears, like, I'm doing everything I can. And my son don't have a daddy. I got a divorce. What do I do? And we said, ma'am, don't say what he didn't have. It's a brand new day. He has us now. He is in a community now. So I'm just being real. You heard what CJ said, but if you're out there and, you know, you running one of these major companies because you've been following the leadership of, you know,
Because I'm
seeing
not.
the videos
You know what I'm saying?
Carl. Yeah, we need y'all, man. Yeah, we do. We need y'all for real, man.
For
we
real,
really,
yep. Don't just hit us talking about coming to the city.
Right,
Let
nope.
me know if you're trying to sponsor, right? Because it's one thing
for
to say
real.
come to the city.
Yep.
It's another thing to kick in some dollars. Because
Yeah.
it costs
Hotel
money.
and food.
And that's why,
Yeah,
you know
hotel
what?
and food.
Yeah, in all seriousness, like I said, in Atlanta, I saw the impact that it had, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm willing to flip the bill. And, you know, and we did. And shout out to our sponsors as well. But we flipped the bill. We put our money where our mouth is, man, to impact these kids. But he's saying something for real. If y'all want this to come to your city, if you run a company, if you're in a position to help, you know, give us a shout because we'll bring the camp wherever it needs to go. But obviously, you know, we would like some assistance in running this thing. So, no,
what
shout
is
out
it, Carl?
to Jalen, man.
Info? Yeah, what is it? Info at etinspires.com?
etinspires.com, yep.
Yeah, my bad, C.
Yeah, no, info@etinspires.com. So hit us up. You know, I mean, we'd love to come there, but go on ahead and find us some sponsorships and things of that nature so we can get it rolling. Big shout out to Jalen, man. I want a formal shout out to Jalen, who, you know, I know it's been tough for him the first year just finding his footing in the company, but I think he's finally found that thing that has allowed him to go to that next level. And again, big shout out to, our solar company, Harbor Solar. Go to harborsolar.com. Check that out, HARBOR solar.com. So harborsolar.com, man. We appreciate Harbor for kicking in the funds to pay for coaches and flights and all of the things that it takes to do that. Also, man, we are hiring. So for anybody out there who is looking for a job within the solar company, go to harborsolar.com, man. Fill out the information and somebody will get back with you if you're looking for an opportunity. I think that's one of the dope things, right, E, that we're proud of now is not
Yes,
only
sir.
are we giving information out to the world, we're actually hiring people and taking them to that next level. We got multiple young men and women in our company now, hitting that 6-figure mark, doing really well. So if you're interested in the opportunity in solar, hit harborsolar.com and check that out. Also, man, we want to do a big shout out to is it a new sponsor, Carl? Explain
is
to me
new.
exactly.
Yeah, this one is completely new. So we have, and you guys have heard us do HelloFresh before. So HelloFresh is partnered with this new one. So it's still new for us, but they're Green Chef. Green Chef
go
is our
go
new
ahead and read it,
sponsor.
Carl, and I'll talk about. I cooked it, but go ahead and
Oh,
hit the read for us. You got it up? No, you didn't.
I got you. Yeah, no, I got you. Oh, come on, I got you with
Okay,
Green
go
Chef.
for it. Go for
Hey,
it. Because I cooked it this week, so yeah, I'll talk about it. But go ahead and hit the read for us.
Yeah, I got you. With Green Chef, everything is convenient. Recipes are simple and quick to do. They come with step-by-step instructions, chef tips, and even photos to make sure you're doing it correctly. With Green Chef, it's quite easy to maintain a specialty diet and enjoy the exciting options. Their range and meal plans include paleo, vegan, vegetarian, keto, gluten-free, omnivore, and carnivore. So one of the ones that we got up here, and I got one, I kind of thought about my parents, and I just let me see what they got on the vegan side, because that's a little touchy. And we got this Southern blackened tofu. My. That's only took 35 minutes to cook, y'all. And I'm talking about everything prepackaged again for you. And all I'm gonna say, Cajun style, Southern blackened tofu. And I'm talking about we smashed that joker like it was. I'm talking about y'all know me. I can
Steak.
still get down right.
Like
I'm
it was
talking
the steak that I
I'm
smashed.
talking about some steak. I'm talking about fire, bro. Fire.
Yeah,
what
man.
y'all
We
had?
did the steak saltado wraps, which were crazy, man. And like I said, you just would never cook like this at the crib. But man, the shaved sirloin steak, man, listen, they give you everything. The rainbow carrots, red onions, garlic, red and green bell peppers. They give you the red and green bell peppers. Let me tell you how specific they break this thing down. I had a quarter pepper of each one, and it was just cut it up. So you don't even have to guess oh, should I cut up this whole
How much
thing? Should I
pepper?
cut? They gave me a quarter of one, and was just yo, cut this up. Sweet potato, Peruvian style spices, romaine lettuce. It all came in there, and they give you. When Carl says step by step, they really give you step by step. So they tell you cut it in 1/4 inch wide strips, and it tells you to put all of this in, all of that. There's no guesswork. So I love it, man. And shout out to them for merging with HelloFresh. And if you've already checked it out, you already know that it's killing them. If you haven't checked it out, and all of it is organic too. I didn't know that, Carl. But every single thing, the seasonings, everything I had was organic, which my wife was geeked about. So again, man,
Let
Green
me tell y'all
Chef
something
believes.
though. I gotta shout them out, bro. This has never happened before, ever. I don't know if it was them, if it was just a great day, but I came home from the camp yesterday and Jada actually made her mom dinner.
Oh wow.
I was like, what in the world? It was also, Carl, it was some type of tofu. I wasn't really sure what it was. Like I said, I don't necessarily have to have the meat substitute. But there was some rice and beans with some onions inside of it and corn. It was a salad that was just out of this world. And then it was the tofu. And Jada actually cooked. Jada just got the boiled egg thing down 6 months ago. She just perfected the boiled egg, boy, and she make a mean tuna fish casserole. You know what I'm saying? But that was all she had in her arsenal. And yesterday I came home and this Green Chef, you call it, I guess that's what it is. I didn't know the name of it, but Jada had put a dish together for her mom that was out of this world. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, whatever sauce they had, I don't know that Jada added that, so it might have messed everything up, but she gave her mom a dash of Sweet Baby Ray on her tofu.
Oh.
I do apologize. To Green Chef. I'm sure
Changing
that
up their
seasoning,
recipe just
whatever
a
that
tad.
sauce
Oh, that's
was,
ghetto chef,
sure
not
was
Green
great.
Chef.
Yeah.
That's another product.
I'm sure that was good. Whatever they had, the sauce was good. But Jada didn't want to chance it with her mom. Now, she did add it to hers, but she didn't want to add it to her mom's. So she did with a little dash of Sweet Baby Ray. So Green Chef, maybe y'all want to go in with Sweet Baby Ray.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's a little blend.
Hey, so the other part, one last part. See, so the other part, that I like about them is like literally, and one of the things they said in the read was the dinner should be planned around your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, think of the day you had yesterday. Well, the last 2 days, you at the camp all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
getting home, man. You can't be thinking about no groceries and what to cook. So literally, like dinner should be planned around your life, not the other way around. And she just said it, but each ingredient in each recipe is thoughtfully sourced, and the journey is tracked. See, from planting all the way to plating. They ain't just ordering food from somewhere and just sending it to you. Like they're literally picking their stuff out. The Green Chef expert chef designed these recipes with gourmet flavor, which contain organic ingredients. He just said that you typically only find these kind of things in restaurants, guys. So for $50 off your first box of Green Chef, go to greenchef.us/success. Again, for $50 off your first box of Green Chef, go to greenchef.us.
How much does it cost?
/success. That is success, guys. Y'all know that's our keyword, success. SUCCESS. That's our word around here. So yeah, that's it, see.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate y'all, man. And go out and use the promo code, man, so we can keep sponsoring these camps and doing what we do, man. Y'all, every time y'all use the promo code, for those of you who are new to the podcast, when you guys use the promo code, we get credit for that. And Green Chef basically says, all right, cool, you guys are helping us out. You believe in our product. And we get blessed in turn. So you make sure if you do it, because I had some people who ordered and I was like, did you use the promo code? And they were like, no, I just ordered. I'm like, oh, Lord. So we don't get credit for it unless you use the promo code. So help us, help me, help you, help us. All right.
Right. Yeah.
So real quick, man, I wanna jump into this today, and I think it's perfect timing. E actually texted me and was talking about. You sent me a voice note. That's E's new thing now, Carl, because the
no
text
doubt.
messages.
After the segment.
Here you go. If we could do this, I promise you, we could do it. And everybody hit me up was like, "Yo, that was the funniest thing I ever heard with E." But then E did it this morning as we're ready for the podcast.
No doubt.
So we were supposed to meet. Yeah, we were supposed to meet tomorrow. And he said he had marital counseling this morning, and so we were like, all right, cool. So I'm about to pull up at the gym, and I get a text that says, now this was an easy one, even our viewers know, our listeners know what this one said. He said, my meeting is tomorrow. I'm reaching now. I said, reaching or ready? And he said,
I didn't respond.
But here, no. I said, reaching or ready? He said, yes.
And I didn't respond because I'm like, he knows what it is. He just trying to get on my nerves.
Hey,
he knows what it is.
I like to have a little fun, man. Forgive me, player. I like to enjoy life. But anyway, you sent me a voice text, which, by the way, is so much easier
no
to
questions
comprehend.
asked.
So you sent me a voice
right
text.
ain't my thing at all. So I'm like, why am I still doing it?
Is it the autocorrect that's throwing you off?
It
We
is.
never really got to the source.
It's not necessarily autocorrect. I'm not about to go back over and spend time reading what I wrote.
So autocorrect, but you're not even looking at it.
Autocorrect does do that. It was so funny. I got up this morning. Y'all know I get up early in the morning, but I ain't gonna lie. I got up today at 4 o'clock and was burnt. And normally I do take a little bit. And here's the deal. I got to be honest with my audience. It's really not either of the two. It's when it comes to CJ, people like CJ and Carl, I'm lazy. I just put whatever I want and keep going. So if I'm writing to a person that I don't know, I'm gonna sit there and make sure.
Texting Obama on a regular basis, like.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm just saying, like, if I hit Kindle up,
I'll give
I
you some
love Kindle, but
credibility. Hey, I'll give you some credibility. I'll read a message from Erica right now. Hold on.
No
She said, "Oh
question.
man,
I'm just
I just
saying.
listened. Hey, hold on. I'll read it. I just listened to the what was ET saying segment of the podcast. I was dying. I always think it's just me. You did a great job deciphering." She's like, "I felt bad for you though."
Well, she's a neighbor though, so he's still comfortable with her. Who are you texting these
I'm just
illustrious
saying.
text messages to?
I'm saying, like, not illustrious, but if I text Rochelle, You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Rochelle cool, but I'm like, if I write like that to Rochelle, she might not be sitting there thinking like, let me try to read through it and understand.
It's like Da Vinci
So,
Code.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But when it's people that I love, I'm thinking that, whatever, he gonna read through it, whatever. He go, you know what I'm saying? You know how you got that one teacher that's cool with you? You just turn your paper in, it's like, whatever. But when you got that teacher, hate your guts, you look at every little thing. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to y'all,
So if you get a
I
proper
just
text
you.
message from E, it's because he know you hate
He
his
don't know you
guts.
that, right, no doubt. Y'all ain't that
well, I
good.
So
don't
now,
know you that
you're
well,
killing
so.
yourself. You're killing yourself.
Hey,
so if you
but
got
I
a
did it
proper
to-
Father's Day text message back, you
Yeah,
are not
but
in
hold
E's
on.
Fave 5.
Hold on, I really messed up this morning though. So it was 4 o'clock this morning, and I got on, and it is, like you said, it's auto text, but you gotta read it though, because you know it's auto text. So normally at 3 o'clock in the morning, you got like, we might get about 70,000 people that respond. So I gotta make sure, because you know they'll blast you and try to get you off
quick.
social media. So I really do pay attention in the morning, like, okay, make sure, you know, you reading this through. But it was 4 o'clock this morning, I promise you. I was on autopilot, so I just hit it. But good thing, like
Read
I
it.
do
What did
my
you
text.
put?
I want to hear what it says.
So I put, but listen to me, good thing I read comments. So somebody was like, yo, E, I know this was meant to be serious, but I'm sitting here laughing right now. I'm like, okay, what are you laughing about? And they said you meant to put self-inflicted wounds, but autocorrect put womb. Like, you know, mother's womb. And I was like, oh, Lord. And so I'm going to be real. I wouldn't have caught it. Because like I said, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I was tired from the 2 days of camp. So I didn't really have my, like,
self-inflicted
school.
pregnancy.
Yeah, you feel me? And I looked at him,
self-inflicted
dying laughing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I was
Mary
like, let me
Magdalene.
fix it quick. You feel me? Right. So at least though, Carl, you know what I'm saying? They said something and didn't, take it too far.
Oh,
They was
yeah.
they
I
was just
love the
laughing
people who
about it.
jump out the window. They
Yeah.
get like angry that you
Yeah.
messed it up. But see, again, that's the beauty of us exposing our flaws here on the podcast is you can't hold our feet to the fire. We never said we were perfect. Duh.
Oh, no, I never said, I promise you, I didn't say that.
Hey, man, can we get serious for a minute? Y'all, I try to run this decent podcast here.
I was just serious
Y'all
right there. I was just serious right there. 4 o'clock in the morning. It's hard. Hey, it's hard to write right when you ET at 4 a.m., you know?
No doubt. Well, thank you for trying to inspire wombs across the country to continue to grow and thrive in the placenta. You know what I'm saying?
SIW, baby. SIW.
Self-inflicted womb. All right. Carl, if you could stop laughing, we can get on to a real podcast.
We
here.
good. Let's go.
Okay. So when he hit me with the voice note, and he made a good point. He said, and it's funny because I just went through a situation, but he said, what's the difference, when we tell people to, change up their circle, if you want to be a lion, you got to run with other lions, you got to get the pigeons out of your life and really start flying high. And he said, how do you do that? And how do you separate yourself from people and still remain loyal? Or are you disloyal when you get rid of those people, right? And I actually had a situation, and I'll save it for a minute and try to elaborate maybe a little later. But I went and looked up, you know me, man, when I teach on BU and our calls and things of that nature, I always try to look up the definition just because I'm not smart enough to just be going off the cuff. And so I'm going to read the definition of loyalty, and then what it says is disloyal, all right? And so we'll kind of start the conversation there. But loyalty says the quality of being loyal to something or someone, a strong feeling of support or allegiance, all right? Disloyal says failing to be loyal to a person, country, or body to which one has obligations. Let me read that one again. Failing to be loyal to a person, country, or body to which one has obligations. The the synonyms, Carl, are unfaithful, false-hearted, inconsistent, untrustworthy, unreliable, and faithless. Those are the synonyms for disloyal. And so, since this was your topic, I don't know if it was something personal you went through or if you just wanted to talk about it in general, but as people are trying to go to that next level, and a lot of people who you're out there, you're listening to our podcast now, you're obviously listening to this podcast, hopefully not just for the silly foolishness that we talk about, but hopefully you're getting some gems and some nuggets out of this, whether you're an entrepreneur or, you know, what have you. And one of the things that we always talk about, the reason that we're successful is because when you look in our circle, we really do maintain such a high level of individual that runs with us. Not only the three of us on this podcast, of course, Josh, Jamal, Let's, the people who run with us on a regular basis. I could just go on and on naming, you know, the individuals who are part of, you know, this kind of the circle here. But E, how do you change that circle up without being all disloyal and all of those things? And are you disloyal if you get rid of those people? And I guess, how do you walk that tightrope of loyalty versus, you know, switching up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and you know, the reason I brought it up is just I just kept getting the calls about it, you know, like all that week, you know, and people were, you know, really going through this idea of thinking that you can go to the next level without giving up something, you know, like gaining without losing. And it is really a delicate balance, you know, it really is, because at one point you don't want, and I used to like judge, for lack of a better word, I would like judge people who were like successful as a group on one level, and then all of a sudden, like, they're not together no more. It's like we all we got, and we're gonna be together forever. And I, you know, as I get older, I start seeing like, oh yeah, that it's easy for you to judge them because of the level you're on. But when you're at a high level, whether it be in business, whether it be, you know, whatever, and you know, sports, and then you decide to leave the team. It's like people, oh, LeBron, he left away, he left Cleveland, you know, or this person, you know, Durant, he left Oklahoma. You know, it's like in business, people break up, you know, and I get it now. It's because there are people who have a dream or a goal, and at the end of the day, they're almost saying, like, I can't stay here. As good as this might be, and I'm sure, like, you think about a KD, you're a professional, you're considered one of the best, you're in Oklahoma, you know, you're playing on a professional team, you're making good money. I mean, for all intents and purposes, like, you are a very successful person. But in his mind, it was like, yo, I want more. And you can call it whatever you want. We was up 3-1. You could say it was my fault. I could say it was your fault. You know what I'm saying? We could say it's the organization's fault. But at the end of the day, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to win a championship. And I legitimately see a way to make that happen. And so it's like, to make that happen, though, you're going to have to get dogged out. You're going to have to lose some people that you was in the trenches with. You're going to have to play against those people to get to the get to the championship and win the championship. So for me, I just kept hearing and seeing. I was just like, yo, we got to talk about it, because what is the balance? Do you stay with your friends and not go to the next level, you know, and stay where you are for the rest of your life? Or do you go to the next level and possibly lose your friends? Like, I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer, but I definitely wanted to talk about it, because this is what I want to do. I don't want to make a decision for you, but I at least want to get people from being paralyzed. And I think that's where a lot of you are. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say this, and I don't want to seem insensitive, but you really do have to ask yourself, if I lost one, which one could I live with losing? You feel what I'm saying? It's like, you got to make a decision, though, you know? And so it's like, which decision do I make? If I lose my friendships, is that worth me gaining this thing? Or if I, you know, stay with my friends, can I sleep at night not making that extra money or taking that business to the next level? So like I said, I used to judge dudes like who would say, like, we loyal to each other. We all we got. We're going to be together forever. And then you look up and it's like, what happened to them? Why didn't they? But now that I'm in business and we're doing well for ourselves, I see it. Like, I have this insatiable desire to grow. It's like, as a speaker, when I was with Inky, I was just like listening to what Inky was saying about me. And I was like, yo, flat out, like, I gotta grow, bruh. And so I'm not mad at the person who's not growing, but I kind of feel like, yo, I can't stay behind because you want to stay behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't not see what's next because you're comfortable where you are, but at the same time, we got a relationship. So what's the balance? So I just think, if I'm going to give you guys a practical solution, it has to be, you must know that you're going to have to give up something, that you can't go where you're trying to go and take everything. Like you can't get a U-Haul and put the U-Haul on the back of another U-Haul and drive that sucker across the country. Like literally, and C will tell you, Carl's had to move. You cannot take everything in your old house to your new house. And guess what? I'm sure you can come up with a sentimental reason why you can keep everything. I'm sure there's a reason why you can take every single thing with you to the new house, but you just cannot do it. So if that's the one advice I want to give, it's make a decision, know that that decision is going to be ultra painful. That is there is no maybe super happiness in this situation. But whatever you do, don't be paralyzed. You know, don't sit there and say, okay, I should do this. Okay, I should do that. Okay, I should do this. I should do that. And you look up 4 or 5 years later, and you're still exactly where you are. Like make up in your mind. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be hard. But I'm going to make a decision. I know it's gonna be painful. And when I make that painful decision, I'm gonna move on.
Well, here let's put some flesh on
regret
it. You talk about your transition from Huntsville to Lansing, because there were, I'm sure, some relationships that had to be let go. I mean, there was loyalty to the city. You had started the GED program, and that's really where you started to get your feet wet. And, you know, you left there, and I'm sure that had to feel some kind of way from your standpoint of, all right, am I leaving everybody high and dry? I got my crew that I run with on a regular basis, like all of those things. And you were able to leave, and I guess you were still able to maintain those relationships. So just talk about it from a practical standpoint of what you actually had to go through. How old were you at that time, and then what was going? Were you 34?
32.
32?
And see,
okay. So yeah, walk us through it.
I was saying, and include the again, everybody, I want y'all to bear in mind, he's a flamingo. So that's even levels in terms of relationship. That's like, you know, the highest level of relational that you can be as a person. Yeah. So to keep that in mind too.
Right, and you were almost the mayor of Huntsville. So
right.
So I think for me, what got it started was I was happy where I was, but in my spirit, I knew I wasn't where God wanted me to be. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that this was the happiest I'd ever been in my life. This was the happiest I've been in my life. This is the most fulfilled I had ever been in my life. I'd never been this fulfilled in my life. I never had this kind of money. You know, I never had the type of security. I never had the community that I had. This was everything I had ever dreamed of. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Lansing was the impossible. When people talk about, you know, I see the impossible. You know, I can feel the intangible. You know what I'm saying? That was me. That Lansing was that. I had never dreamed of that before. I never even wanted to be what I am right now. I never dreamed of being one of the top, you know, influencers in the world. I never dreamed of that. I never wanted to get stopped and take my picture and sign a book. That wasn't my dream. The dream, what we had in Huntsville, that was the dream. A house, a boy and a girl. Like, you know how hard that is to have a boy and a girl? It's people like on their 3rd, 4th child. They got like all girls. I got somebody in my church right now. They're on their fourth girl. You know, TJ had 3 straight boys, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not in the cards always. And so Didi, let's stop. We had the perfect house. You know, we had I thought perfect church. When I was there, Pastor Doggett, Madison Mission, we was on the move, you know, but I'll be honest with you guys, I just felt in my spirit it was more, and I couldn't live with myself knowing if I stop here, could I have gotten 3, 4 more championship rings? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just couldn't stop. But here's what I had to do. Some of you gonna have to do this. I had to lie to myself and say, we're going to go to Lansing for 2 years and get a master's, and we're gonna come back. So this is where I would say it's okay to tell Trey, you know, a lot of Trey about Paw Patrol, all right? This is where it's okay right here. That what you have to do sometimes is the dream is so big and it could get so overwhelming that I had to do it in spurts. You know, I had to split it up and say, okay, I had to tell my wife and my kids, we're gonna come back to this. All right, but we gotta go and Daddy got to get another degree so that I can put us in a better position, but we're going to come back. You know, and then after I got the degree, we had been there, so I was like, okay, I'm going to get a job, but we're going to go back. You feel me? So I really did, Carl, on that trip. That was the longest trip.
Still ain't been back.
I still ain't been back. That was the longest trip
You know what I'm saying?
that I've
Still
ever
ain't
taken in my life. Yeah, well, maybe I visited once or twice. But that was the longest trip because I did feel a sense, you know, of what I call competing values. I did feel like I had let Pastor Dog it down. Here is this man that built me up, and here it is that he needs me the most in terms of the role that I played, and I'm abandoning him. You know, Lee Lamb had left first, so I felt comfortable. L was like, okay, you leaving, I'm going back to Cali. So I at least felt with a couple of my relationships, you know, some people had transitioned, so I didn't feel as bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had transitioned, so I didn't feel as bad. You know, but you're right. You know, Didi was hurt. Everybody knows that. Didi was pissed off. Didi did not see the vision, did not see the dream. So my wife wasn't really talking to me for about 3 or 4 months when we first moved up. We living out of in a hotel. We eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, it was rough. It was. You know, we did, and why? Because we had money.
Right. You
but we
came
didn't
from
have
a
wealth.
house and all that, yeah.
Yeah, and then we had. I didn't know it. See, I thought we had wealth. We only had money. You feel me? We had the type of money that if you stop working for 3 months, you don't have no money. You feel me? Like, we had the kind of money that you could live off of it for a year.
The
you know
kind of
what I'm
money
saying?
you got now where you can retire at 45 and live till you're 95 with
You're
insiders.
right. And live in a small
You
house.
didn't have an
with a little
insider back
pool.
then?
Oh, not the insider.
Did you have an
I had
insider
an
making the
outsider.
peanut butter and jellies?
I had outsiders. I had an outsider is what I had. But I will say this to you guys, like, for real, for those of you who are listening, it was a fear, you know? It was a fear. And you hear, like, Steve Harvey, I'm talking about jumping. Like, it was a fear, y'all. I was afraid, you know? And I wasn't afraid to dream, but I was afraid that Didi would kill me if this didn't work. But I was also afraid of losing. Like, I saw, like, okay, my grandfather didn't do this. My father didn't do that. I didn't do that. And I saw, like, yo, I got a chance to set Jalen up. So that's why when Carl was talking about the camp, I was in tears because I was like, I did it. The same way that my generations had blessed me with whatever, you know what I'm saying, they had blessed me with, you know, I felt like with Jalen, I put Jalen in a position where he not only works for us, but he's doing his own thing. So I just want to say to you out there, like, for real, it is going to be the hardest thing you've ever done, because sometimes you're going to make moves and you can't touch it, you can't feel it, you can't see it, you don't have another co-signer. People are going to tell you you're the worst person in the world for doing this. But here's how, E.T., should I do it or not? This is how you should do it. If you're going to bed every night, but you're not satisfied. If you're going to bed every night. And so I'm sure KD, even though he won a championship, I bet you he's still like, I wish I could have done it this way. Like, come on, it would have been way better to have done it in OKC, bruh. It would not have been this complicated. But I bet you when he got that championship, there's something in him that's saying, even though I had to lose all of that to gain this, I think he probably would say it was worth it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking so.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
so.
just saying, like,
I'm thinking
I
so.
can see it both ways. Like, I'm not even
Yeah.
trying to act like
Yeah.
high and mighty on this situation, because
Yeah.
I can really see it both ways. Like, I do think, you know, well, here goes the thing. And like I said, let's not make it about Kevin Durant. We don't know him, but you don't think it would have been sweet to win the chip with L and Lee?
No question. No question. No question it would have been. But I will tell you
You
this.
came to the Warriors. Me and Carl was Klay
no
Thompson
doubt.
and Steph Curry.
No doubt.
We was locked and loaded. We just loaded up over here now, but you could have won. You know what I'm saying? You might have won it with somebody on the OKC. Come on, bruh. It would have been sweeter. It would have felt sweeter, no?
You know what? It probably would have, but this is what I want to say. I'll say I don't have any. I had doubts, but I don't have no regrets. You know, I had my doubts about leaving, you know, staying here in Michigan. You know, I had my doubts, but I don't have any regrets, you know? And so that's what I want to tell you guys. Like, I can't tell you when you do it again, it's not going to hurt. that, leaving people behind or not being able to take people with you. I think that's the bigger piece, see. It's not the leaving people behind that hurts the most. It's not taking, that's the part that hurts the most, is that when you leave, they not coming with you in certain areas, But I've been able to, a cool thing about it is because, we have been blessed, y'all know Lee has been able to be a part of it to some extent. You know what I'm saying? L, not necessarily, Lee and I had kids around the same age, so he's kind of got a little bit more freedom. L started a little later, so he doesn't have the flexibility we had. But no, I listen to me, no regrets, y'all. I have no regrets. Kevin Garnett said, I'm losing. I'm losing. And if it's those of you out there, even though you are with certain people when you're doing certain things, if you feel like I'm losing, I'm telling you, don't even think about it. You shouldn't even be thinking about it. Whatever you call in loyalty, let that go. If you losing, you need to just go ahead and get up out of there and put yourself in a position where you can start winning. And I don't think Kevin Garnett for sure felt bad about leaving Minnesota. So I'm sure, see, that's something we can agree on. If you losing, you in Minnesota, and you losing for years, I'm telling you that.
Yeah, but then again, like I say, where's that sweet spot? Because we might have been losing for some years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought about joining Tony Robbins' bigger than life charcoal walking team too. You know what I'm saying, Carl? I had my thoughts, but I stuck it out and we won the chip. So I could have been, you know what I'm saying? I was almost walking on lava rock.
Yeah.
I was 2 seconds from. You know what I'm saying?
From your perspective, though, see, tell me what kept you from those 2 seconds. Like, you was looking at the rocks. What made you not get on the rocks?
I think, in all seriousness, no, I wasn't looking at the rocks because I was an owner in this process. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, like, I looked at myself, which is why I struggle with the KD thing, just being 100% honest. I'm an owner in this process. This isn't, I joined the team, this is my team. You see what I'm saying? So, there is nowhere to go because I looked at myself saying, well, if you can't get it done, you're the problem. And so fix what's wrong with you and get you right because the people around you are the right people, right? And so I assessed and knew that we had the right team. Now, if E was on chill, he could speak real good, but he was committing adultery and acting all kind of crazy, then I may have bounced and been like, yo, this ain't the squad for me. Like, I just can't get it done with this squad. But I think when you take ownership and you look in the mirror and you say, okay, I don't need to go anywhere or do anything different. You need to man up and take this thing to the next level. I think that's what kept me here was knowing that I was in control of my own destiny and that I wasn't, just riding the wave of somebody else to be like, oh, okay, cool, I'm about to go over here because I don't seem to be able to get it done here. Now, of course, we don't know all the inner workings of OKC or KD in a situation like that. And I'm not trying to talk basketball for those of you who hate our sports analogies, but just in general, only you know the depths of your situations and the depths of your relationship. I told you, I just got into it with somebody not that long ago, a friend of mine who been a friend for a while, and I'm not obviously saying no names, but we got into it and I was like, yo, I can't rock with you like that because I know what you're doing. And my man said, yo, you're not gonna rock with me because I'm committing adultery? I said, my man, you think you stood before God and made a covenant to your wife that you would never do anything messed up. I mean, in front of like 1,000 people, God and everybody in the world saying that you was gonna do right by this person and you doing wrong by that person. You think you gonna do right by me if we go into a business relationship? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying, if you're not loyal to your wife and you took a covenant in front of God, in the entire world, you put your pictures up, you put everything up. You think me and you gonna jump into a little fly-by-night business relationship and you gonna do right by me? Like, I'm supposed to just trust that if another deal come along or if some money come up missing, like, I'm supposed to trust you in that situation. And I don't think people understand that loyalty is loyalty. And when you make a covenant and when you do that, yo, you gotta see that thing through or you gotta make a decision to get a divorce, right? You don't get to play both sides of the fence. And so had you gotten divorced to your wife and you, oh man, we ain't even been talking. That ain't on me. I'm just telling you. I got another friend who, a former friend, I'll say, who wasn't taking care of his kids. So I come back to Lansing, where it's my hometown, where I grew up, went to school, everything, and you got time to call me to hang out, hey, you wanna go to the bar, grab a drink? No, I don't. You're not taking care of your kids. So if you're not taking care of your kids and you don't care about your kids enough to make sure they straight, how in the world can I ever trust that you're gonna have my back for real? Like it doesn't, I don't compartmentalize the loyalty. And so I guess the tough part is how do you separate do you separate and maintain the relationships? Do you separate and cut the relationships off? Because and can you be loyal and leave? Does that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe loyalty is overrated. I don't know.
That's so many things in there. We're gonna need more time. See, so I'll give you one experience that I have, and then I'll give you my answer. So again, y'all know I graduated college young. I graduated college 19, got my first job. I'm working in Barbados, and I worked for a year. And same thing you said. I just knew that this wasn't it. Great experience. I'm talking about like I work at this. It's like a primate research center. We're doing research on animal stuff. Anyway. Phenomenal experience. I'm talking about I had all the leisure I could want. Like the spot was, my supervisor was like a friend of mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking, my man was the supervisor, and then the only other position above me was the owner of the company. So it was kind of like a sweet spot, you know what I'm saying? I'm just graduated from college, getting a couple of G's a month, you know what I'm saying? The work wasn't hard. It was, we doing science. We taking blood. We doing all kinds of stuff. So anyway, long story short, I decided, you know what? This is not it. I'm going to leave. So I leave. I'm going to go get my master's. Yo, the next summer I came back, I hit one of the dudes that worked with me. I'm talking about just a year, see. I left, I came back. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? I'm like, yo, how you been? How's everything going? Family, everything straight? Like, we talk. Like, yo, how's your son? Like, what's going on? I'm talking about one conversation, bro. I was like, yo, if you up there today, I'm gonna come through later on. Like, if you at work, like, like, let me know. He like, yeah, I'll be up here. So I hit my supervisor that, my boy right after, probably like maybe 20 minutes after, like, yo, you at work? I'm thinking about coming up there and looking at y'all. He said, yo, what's up? I just talked to my man, and he said he talked to you. You just on some, like, you just fake. Like, I'm telling you exactly the conversation I had. So I'm like, yo, I just asked my man about his family. It was like a 10, 15-minute conversation, catch up, everything cool. I called my supervisor in that space. I thought he went up there. I was like, oh, yeah, your boy back here, he on some fugazi, like, my man fake. He said he coming up here, and I'm just like, yo, what did I miss? Like, we was cool a year ago. I'm talking about working together a year ago. And I just went, I'm deciding, like, I want to do something different. I want to get a little better. It ain't no slight to nobody. Like, I want to get better. I come back, I holler at you. And that is, and it's not like a conversation, see, where for it, I ain't even had the chance to be on oh yeah, I'm studying this. It wasn't that. I called and asked my man, how are you? How's your family doing? It wasn't like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So I was like, yo, like,
maybe it was your tone. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. Maybe my accent changed a little bit of the year. My man thought I was fake. But I was just like, yo, when you have to understand who you're around. And for real, you got to think about loyalty from a two-way street, bro. Like, for real, if I'm about trying to get better and you have a problem with that, we don't need to be hanging out.
Oh, no
Bottom
questions
line.
asked.
We don't need to be hanging out. Like, anybody that I want around me should be pushing for me to get better. Because quiet as kept, if E get better, if C get better, guess what happens? I get better organically, bro. Just from being around y'all, I'm going to get better. So I'm pushing hard for E to E keep getting up at 3. I got up at 6 tired. You said you was at 4. I was like, ooh, he got up at 4 tired. I got up at 6 and I was tired. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's stretching me. So I'm like, yo, I want to be around people that's going to continue to push me to get better. See, I read it. I don't remember what book. Forgive me, y'all. I'll be trying to read a little more now. But they were saying when you teach how they teach parrots to sing and all that kind of stuff. They were saying when you teach a bird to sing, the birds that learn the tune best or faster, the trainers have to cover the cage, black it out, and let them listen to the song. They said if the song is played and the thing is uncovered, the birds only learn the song partially. So if you about growing, you know what I'm saying? You have to leave it alone, black it out. Like, if you're really about growing, I'm just saying, like, birds, bro. Like, they can teach a bird a song, but you black the doggone cage out, and that's all they hear. That's all they hear.
It ain't podcast, because I'll spray paint that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me tell you something. He gonna have that joint in the message at the Triple W Academy
no doubt.
on Monday. That's a great analogy.
Church Saturday.
So real quick, because let's make sure we get to the bottom. I hope somebody's getting some out of this. But okay, walk the balance of you're the most selfless individual I know, right? So walk the balance of I gotta go because this is what's best for me. And y'all holding me back, and y'all ain't this, and I can't grow with y'all, and they're not bad people, right? Like, even the people you was running with, great guys, character-wise,
absolutely,
everything.
Yeah.
But how do you walk that balance between I got to do what's right for myself, and then still being selfless, because on one hand we talk, what can you do for others, help out everybody else, be a blessing to everybody, do everything for everybody else, and your blessings will come back to you. And on the other hand, you like, I gotta peace out because y'all ain't helping me grow, and I need to be in a better environment around some other alpha lions. Like, how do you balance that loyalty of, yo, should I stay here and be a blessing to everybody and hope my blessing come back, even though they not on my level? Or do I just leave and go run with some other, am I making sense? I'm trying to find the balance there, because I can see people saying, yo, y'all being hypocritical. On one hand, you saying, yo, stay, be a blessing, help everybody else out, the Christian principles that we're taught. And then the other hand, you like, yo, you got to leave that circle and get you a new circle. It's like easy to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the deal, and I think it comes down to, see, at the end of the day, motives. So my motive was to leave the group so that I could help the group. You understand what I'm saying? That was my motive. My motive was, you're not helping the group right now, Eric. You need to go and get a master's degree, and then eventually some skills in a particular arena, and then, the PhD, and then whatever we're doing now. So in actuality, all of my people, my community, I'm back with Doggy now. Now Doggy got a church in Orlando, and where's the school district that I'm working for? Orlando Public School System, West Palm Public School System. So now I'm speaking for Doggy on Sabbath. I'm getting him connected to the schools. So I actually left to be better. Now I'm flying Lee to Lansing, and he cutting the whole church head. And I'm able to pay him way more than I could pay him when we were 17 and 18 years old. You feel what I'm saying? And now I'm able to help their kids get into a major university, or write a letter of recommendation, or get them a job. So I never left the community to join another community. I left the community because Simba needed to leave, Carl. Simba needed to leave, bruh.
Yeah.
Simba had to go, bruh, because in that environment, he wasn't able to become who he needed to become. Joseph had to go. But when Joseph blew up, Joseph was able to come back. Simba came back, but Simba didn't come back like Simba left. Simba came back like, okay, who want to roar on me now? Who want to play me now? I'm ready to be king. And so I left to come back and stronger. And now here's the deal. I'm way stronger for my community. I came back to Detroit, and we was able to get Detroit. I'm talking about, we was able to bless Detroit, bruh. I'm able to bless Huntsville now. I'm able to bless the world because I left. So some of y'all being selfish, you're leaving because you're saying they can't do nothing for me. See, this is where I love LeBron. This is where I love LeBron, because LeBron could have stayed in Miami and won some more championships. He could have, easily. But LeBron left, and if he leaves Cleveland, I'm like, it don't make a difference what I think anyway. I'm not no doggone basketball guru, and I'm not even in the community of the NBA. But here's the deal. LeBron made sacrifices, came back, put the city on his back, and he won one for Cleveland. So Cleveland got a championship no matter what he does. He came home, and by going to Miami, he actually put himself in a much better position, and then he came home, and they were able to get Kyrie, and then he was able to get Love and whatever else. So I'm saying, see his motives. I still do what I do for others. I left so that I can get more, so when I come home, I can contribute in a better way. And so it's not that dude that's leaving or that young lady that's leaving and they like bump my community. That's not loyal, because you're only looking at what have you done for me lately. And guess what? When I got home, everybody, listen to me, man. I'm just going to be transparent. My pastor needs me more now than he needed me when I was ushering, see, when I was sitting people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he need me more than he ever needed me before. And now I got money. I got influence. I have a little power. And so I can do more for him now than I could have back in the day. So to me, I don't know if that explained it, but the motive, see, and why you bouncing, to me, is the real issue behind if you loyal or not.
Yeah, no, I do understand that. And again, practical steps now. So you leaving, even when you're leaving to become this better person in this journey and this process and all of that, right? I get it. But how do you physically remove that side of it? Because even if you leave, now you got the same phone calls, the same people want to talk to you about their problems.
Oh, no,
and so,
no.
like, how do you,
no.
time-wise
Yeah, I
and all the
didn't-
rest of that,
Yeah, I
do
didn't do
you
it,
get
see.
rid of all of that too? Like, you know what I mean?
see.
Because we're talking, you're talking
Yeah.
about being there. I'm saying you remove yourself, but you still got such and such call and they want to talk to you for an hour every day. And this person wants to, have this. And so you leaving to get in this better environment. How do you cut that old environment
said
off
it.
without losing those relationships?
Yeah, no, Carl said it, man. Carl said it. Okay, and so if you're listening, please hear me. Please hear me. And don't get caught up in your feelings. This is, if you're in your feelings, you're gonna get beat. If you're in the purpose, the principle, you're gonna be fine. So Carl said it. I went to Michigan State, and I'm not a writer. And when it came to critical thinking, I was probably at the lowest level I'd ever been. And the masters was nothing but reading and writing. A couple of courses other than that, but for the most part, it's reading and writing. So when I got there, listen to what Carl said. I put the cover on the cage. I put the cover on the cage. And if you call me, I said to you, I'm working on my master's right now. Y'all know I'm not a student right now. I'm not just learning how to be a student when I left Oakwood. Now I got to really be a student now. I need 2 years, y'all. I need 2 years. I'm going on a 2-year sabbatical. I need 2 years. 2 years. And I just need to go in. So the Lee Lambs of the world, came and visit me. Marcy, Lee, the boys, they came and visit me, see? They came to Lansing. So when I didn't call Lee for weeks, when I didn't call L for weeks because I was studying, L still called and was like, yo, E, I know you in school, but it's been 6 months, bro. You got your whole house still. Can I pack it up for you? I'm like, yeah. He packed it up by himself. I'm sorry. He packed it up. Lee packed it up. L drove by himself here. He drove the whole spot. And there was other friends, though. There were other friends, though, that was like, oh, you ain't called me? Oh, what's up? You abandoned me? I immediately knew, see, E.T., don't get caught up in your feelings.
Yeah.
It don't make them a bad person, but they not about you right now. They're about self. Cut them. You need to cut them. That friendship way too high. The cost of that friendship is way too high. You need to cut it. And so people start revealing themselves, see? The selfish people start revealing themselves because they stop calling me. They stop whatever. But the real, cream rises to the top, y'all. Cream rises to the top. And so the real live cats, the real friends was like, oh, like Carl said, I get it, E. You studying. You trying to make a better life for yourself. Hey, I just got one favor. You read something deep, you come across something deep, can you send it to me? You feel me? Kibble would hit me. E, I'm in Japan. I know you busy. This is what I love about Kibble. Kibble would say this. Hey, E, I'm calling you, bruh, just to keep the relationship going. And here's the deal. You ain't got to call me back. And he know my personality. So he on that, like, no, E, for real, listen to me. Don't feel bad. You don't have to call me back. I'm just calling you to let you know I'm thinking about you, bruh. I love you. Keep doing your thing. And so people start revealing who they really were. And so the real live cats, when we got a break, or if I did speak in a city near you, they gonna come and drive and see me and we gonna eat. I ain't talked to Skip in forever. But Skip, y'all know Skip. Skip is still, you know, y'all met Skip. Skip will come down, you know what I'm saying? Skip will go where I was. You know, Skip will call me, and when we talk, y'all, even if I had to go 6 months without talking to you, they didn't put me on the guilt trip.
Right.
It was like we caught up, like we was talking like we talked yesterday.
You never stop talking, yep.
We never stopped talking. While we stopped talking, we never stopped talking. You feel me? While we stopped talking, we didn't communicate with each other regularly. It was still, hey, E, just checking on you, how the school thing coming, everything going well? Hey, bruh, I'm proud of you, bruh. I'm just calling to let you know I'm proud of you, bro. Keep grinding. We see you out here doing your thing. I think that's the difference, see. So I was able to go 2 years with my head down. And then when I started working with y'all, I came up for a little air, could talk a little bit, but still on my grind. And today, I probably talked to Lee less than I've ever talked to him before. But when we do talk, I talk to L less than I ever talked before. But what you said, see, is important. I cut my boys off in business. I never cut them off in friendship because you ain't going to find no men as great as they are. I never cut them off spiritually. We still prayed and did our thing occasionally. So I would never cut them off in terms of our friendship, but I did have to cut them off in terms of our business because they weren't necessarily business savvy. Now I give them all my information, but listen to me very closely. There were some people I had to cut off mind, body, and spirit. I had to cut them all the way off. And they will emerge. They will show themselves. And who are they? They are the people that take. And you can't never do enough for them. You can't never call them enough. Every time they going through something, people would kill me. See, I don't know, y'all young, so I don't know if y'all get this. Bruh, you don't never call. You don't never, my events, you don't never, and I'm like, I don't never call you. You ain't never called me. What do you mean? My kids used to do, Jada used to get on my nerve with Jalen. She thought she couldn't stand Jalen when they was younger. She'd be like, he looking at me. He looking at me. He getting on my nerve. He looking at me. I'm like, how you know he looking at you? You got to be looking at my
if
man.
you ain't looking at him, right.
Right,
You don't know he looking at you. He looking at me. He keep looking at me. And I'm just like, yep, you selfish. Because every time you call me, it's me. I needed this and you weren't there. You never called me. You never. But when I would talk to Skip and Kibble, it was more, yo, bro, we love you, man. And we know you doing your thing. Proud of you, E. We know you ain't about that school life. We know you ain't even on that tip. You breaking cycles, bruh. Hey, we proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing, bruh. And in those relationships, it was like, once I come up for air, bruh, I got you. And so when Lee say, yo, my son get married, or Junior was in Atlanta the other day, y'all saw we was at Game Changers. And I took Junior in the back like, yo, y'all cover me for a minute. This Lee Lamb boy, this his namesake. Give me 10, 15. And I let Junior know, I love you, whatever you need. I'm like your daddy, boy. Whatever you need financially, whatever you need in terms of a conversation, if you feel like your daddy, you and your daddy ain't on that page, what C does for Jalen, I got you. Why? Because when I had that, what do you call it, Carl? The cover over the cage. When I took the cage off, the cover off the cage, they were standing around the cage. And I could see they were standing around the cage. They were still right there, like, all right, E, we know you had to do your thing, but we was covering you while you
was
doing
singing like No Tomorrow.
Oh man! And that tomorrow the sun will shine. Yeah. See, so that I can't say that that's the golden answer, but in my experience, that's how I got
Man,
through.
as you sitting there talking, I was thinking about the audio book, and maybe Carl, we could drop a little piece of that in there. And I'm taking it back to when you had to leave Bob. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's drop a little piece in there. Let them hear that real quick.
B got almost everybody committed. Sweet Daddy, Bobo, Raymond, Tank, Junior, Low, Bill, Lil B, Desrick, man. And without thinking, I said, yo, I'm all in. Man, it rolled off my tongue like rain rolls off a windowsill. Somehow, I was so caught up in the moment that I forgot all about Dee Dee in college. And in that moment, I felt trapped. Like for real, man, it was no way out. It was no way I could tell my boys I wasn't in. But yet, I was a few months away from getting out the hood and spending the next 4 years with my girl without her mother all in our business. And on the other hand, I wanted to show my loyalty, man. I wanted to show my loyalty to my homies. This was my moment to show my homies all my appreciation for having my back, man, for so many years and practically raising me as far as the streets was concerned. I felt like I didn't have a choice. I needed to hop in the ride and represent. One night and one ride, I knew it. I knew it could change the rest of my life for the rest of my life. But I guess that's why I was so grateful when Lil B came and he called my name that night. He said, E. Man, E, I thought it meant we all made it back to the block alive without anyone getting hurt, or more importantly, getting put in the bag. Plus, we made it off the premise before the police made it to the game. Yo, E, you still headed down south for college with Dee Dee, right? Right? In the fall? Lil B said like a concerned parent. No doubt, I said, without being cocky, but with this proud feeling. Lil B's next words, man, they shocked me because I assumed he wanted to talk about how I beat my man down that night. then you need to get out of here. You're not like the rest of us, man. E, you got a chance, man. You got an opportunity of a lifetime. Don't mess it up. Get out of here, E. Get out of here, man, while you are alive. I'm proud of you, boy. Yeah, and not for the fight. No, I'm proud of you, boy, because you're getting to go to college. So do me a favor, get out of here, man. Go and make the Twain proud of you forever. I turned to Lil B and said, I promise. I promise, B. I promise I'm gonna make you proud. And I also promise that college won't change me, homie. And I walked away from the Twain that day, and I never looked back.
And so there you have it, is another, you've had to do this several times. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm preparing Carl and I for your exit here shortly.
No doubt. See, thank you,
You know what I'm
see.
saying?
Thank you,
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
I'm
you.
preparing for the exit. So since he about to leave us, hey, y'all go download that audiobook while we still on payroll.
Yeah, see if we can get a little
That is
extra.
the Secret to Success audiobook.
I know that's right.
Go download it anywhere you download books.
What do I get though? What do I get if I don't in the next 5 years? Can I get something in the next 5 years?
We'll give you a bonus for staying around if you hit your contract term length.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a pattern in your life.
Don't
Once
burn
you
my
get
journey.
on,
Hey, don't burn my
it
jersey.
seemed
though.
like you use the person for wherever you can get next, and then you bounce on them to find who else you can. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't burn my jersey though. It's all I'm asking. 'Cause
I
might come
promise
back.
you. Let me
'Cause I
tell you
might come
something.
back, and
Your
then you gotta
fitted
burn- you
cap
gotta
is
buy a
going
new
up in
jersey.
flames, bruh. If you leave me, I'm burning every Detroit 5950 I see within a 30-mile radius, bruh. I'm burning them all.
But when I
St.
come
Louis.
back to when I come back to Cleveland, you're gonna have to rebuy my jersey.
Oh, well,
bro.
hey, we'll get them back.
No doubt.
I'm fake as all get out now. I'll bring it right back, and we'll go right back on the bandwagon. I ain't tripping. St. Louis this weekend. I'm excited about St. Louis this weekend. Y'all are silly, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us on this podcast, man. We have a fun time doing it. Hopefully you have a fun time listening and also get some nuggets out of this thing. St. Louis, we will see you in a couple days, man. We're excited about that, jumping back on the plane. Going to be an incredible session, man. These take controls have just been incredible in terms of the information, the energy in the room. So
I got
excited
some new
about
heat,
that.
see. I got some new heat, see. I got some new
I'm sure
heat,
you do.
see.
You got to cover the cage is coming out this weekend. So Carl, get some royalties. Carl, make sure you call LaShawna, see if you can get some royalties off of that.
Set up, yeah.
New heat this weekend in St. Louis. After that, we had, Carl, help me out. July 14th, Utah.
July 14th, yeah.
We're coming to the home of Joshua Hatch. So we are in the building, Utah, man. Excited about that. Our first ever event that we've done ourselves in Utah. So looking forward to coming out. I see the tickets already selling, so moving.
Yep.
So that's a
Dreams
good
to
thing.
Legacy, y'all. This one's called Dreams to Legacy.
Yeah, Dreams to Legacy. Yep. Myself and the hip hop preacher. I think I'm gonna get a chance to talk and get a little mic time there. So that's exciting. So July
I'm
14th.
I'm gonna reclaim some of my podcast time. I'm gonna reclaim some of my
Go
time.
for it. Hey, that's your time. This is my time. You know what I'm saying? It's my time. So also, man, Phenomenal Life Jamaica. All right, jump on the Phenomenal Life Jamaica if you haven't already. We have a bunch of people signed up already, but super excited about going to that next level with that. You guys are gonna love it, man. We're not cruising this year. We're just going straight to Jamaica and we're getting it in, man. So look forward to having some great sessions there, as well as just having a great time overall, man. We had a great time on the cruise, man. White parties, all kind of stuff, man. So phenomenallifejamaica.com. Also, what's the Philly date, Carl?
Oh, man, I don't know. Let me get that. I'll
Get it?
post it in the show
I'll
notes.
stall, you get it. So anyway, man, we just appreciate y'all listening to the podcast. Did I lose E? I heard E and then I didn't hear him.
Oh, you heard me.
Oh, okay, no.
I'm trying to shut up. You said this is my time, so I said shut up, E. Now he want to know where I'm at, Carl.
You picked a heck of a time to start listening to me. I wish you would listen to me the other times I need something. And then Chicago, you got Monday and Tuesday, right? Chicago,
Yep.
Monday
Yes,
and
sir.
Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
So
Help me
look-
out. I'm trying to figure out how to get there, E, because I'm flying back here. I need some help. We'll talk after.
I
Oh,
don't care how you
yeah,
get
wait.
there. Get there if you can.
Are you driving, E?
No. I'm gonna be in
he's
St.
flying.
Louis. I'm going straight from St. Louis there.
To Chicago. Yeah, I didn't realize the camp date was that soon. See, so I booked to go there and come back here, but I get back here I think Monday and the camp Monday. So I'm like, shoot, yeah, I got to come up with something.
Well,
I
you know
want to
E
be there, man.
co-own Delta, so just have him
Oh, no
call
I was
doubt.
gonna say, call your insider.
Yeah,
Call
no
your
doubt.
insider.
Call your local. Hey man, when we getting a private plane anyway?
Oh man.
E, that's a question for you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
asking.
only you can answer that. E.
I'm praying. Right now, I started last week. I'm actually looking to start a satellite APOC. And so I'm going to need a plane to do that. So I just started praying about it the other day. So if you're listening.
Oh,
and,
if you're listening, you got a spare plane.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Has our audience grown to that
I know
point?
Cleflo got two. I know Cleflo got two planes. I'll let
Oh,
your
at
boy
least.
Cleflo. Let me get the baby G5. Let me get
Yeah,
the baby
that's
G5.
all we need. If you're out there and listening, you love us, and you got a spare plane laying around. You know what I'm saying? That's how we elevated our game on this podcast. We got the if you like Duracell, you'll love batteries, and but we asking for private planes. Lord have mercy, something don't feel right about this.
Hey, September 9th, see, September 9th.
September
man.
9th, Philly, Inky Johnson, Eric Thomas, the most explosive. What
You
is
shouldn't
it?
have to say nothing else. I'm saying you shouldn't have to say nothing else
Explosive.
after that.
Yeah, the most explosive event in the history of mankind is going to be incredible, man. Super excited about that thing. I don't care where you at, Australia, London. You need to fly in for that one. Eric Thomas and Inky Johnson. And it's not a conference. It's not a keynote speech. It will be an event of epic proportions. So you definitely want to be there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The city of brotherly love is going down. Anything else I'm missing? Go breatheuniversity.com, guys. Join us, man. It's gonna
Hey,
be
free
great.
trial. We got a free 7-day trial right now. Just go click on the link on the website. You get 7 days of content, see what's going
Free?
on, and then free 7 days. I'm tired of playing. See, like I want people to just see it now.
Okay,
Like,
okay. He said
don't
free.
say
How I
nothing.
feel about that,
He
though.
don't say nothing. He don't
Okay.
say. No.
So what
I
if
hear
Carl?
I'm
What if
saying.
they go through all the modules in 7 days and then just bounce on us?
Right.
Oh no, they gotta call. They gotta call me and talk to me. You go through these
Oh.
models. I handpicked the stuff that I'm giving you for the 7 days. I handpicked
nice.
it so you can see what's in BU. So I'm telling you, I want you to see it for yourself. And that's just half of it. Y'all ain't see the community yet and what's going on. Like what we talking about, like for real, y'all. So 7 days. Go to the site right now. Click it. Free trial. No
Free.
obligation at all. Free. 7 days. Y'all. I'm talking about. Give me
Does
the
that
feedback.
work though? Does free work? I just don't. I want to have a meeting to see if
We
free
about to
work.
find out.
We're
I'm gonna get some
gonna
numbers
find out.
for you. Yeah, we about to
also,
find
man,
out.
Yeah. Also, of course, never forget Organifi, man. Organifi. Shout out to Organifi for rocking with us on this podcast every single week, man. They have been with us from start to finish, and you guys have been ordering like crazy. We're over 1,000 orders with them. You guys are ordering, reordering the gold with the turmeric, the green juice, which is my personal favorite that I'm on every single day. I promise y'all, I have been on it twice a day faithfully because we've been home. We ain't been on the road, so I ain't forgot it or had not had enough. I'm telling you, man, I feel incredible, man. I'm hitting the gym harder than I ever hit it, hitting the weights harder than I ever hit it, getting great sleep. So listen, man, jump on that Organifi as well, right? Sean, you know our boy Sean Stevenson. Shout out to Sean, put us on that, and we've been rocking with it ever since. He is the health guru, health expert, one of the smartest minds I know, and he highly recommends it as well. So go to Organifi.com, ORGANIFI.com. Promo code SUCCESS, all right? Get 20% off your first order, Organifi. Shout out to everybody out there who's been ordering, reordering, sending us pics, bringing it to the conference. St. Louis, Carl, do we have something free in St. Louis?
St. Louis getting, everybody in there getting some package. Y'all get to try. Hey,
St.
everything
Louis,
free,
you about to
y'all.
get
We
blessed.
doing free. This podcast
Free,
is
everything's
free. Everything free.
I don't
this
even know how
podcast.
we making a living over here because everything's free. The podcast free. Carl giving out biology metaphors for free.
Everything free.
We doing camps. Oh man, so hopefully, man, y'all thank y'all for putting up with us.
It's a little too much Flamingo for me. See, let's we gotta pull
we
the plug
following
on
our
the
leadership.
Flamingo
We
boy.
following our
Yeah,
leadership.
help me.
Well, I'm telling y'all right now, when he leave us in 5 years, everything costs. This podcast be $12.99 an episode, bro. I'm telling you. I'm in the little camp for the little babies, $5 grand. And shut up. $5 grand. I don't care what your financial circumstance. $5,000 or don't come, okay? Once we get Gandhi up out of here, okay? So, E, why don't you hit us with the nugget of the day, man? Because believe it or not, we actually got some real work to do around here. I know you going out to do more free work.
To the movies.
But
I gotta take the babies to the movies.
Hey,
you do gotta take. What movie y'all going to
lead.
see?
I'm taking all the kids from the church for age, I said 5, they gotta be potty trained, 5 to 15. We're going to see Impossible 2.
Oh, and how much does it cost?
I was gonna say, is this
I don't
free
know.
too?
No, I don't know how much it costs to go to the movie. I'm saying I'm paying for it, but I don't know how
Right,
much
it's
the
free
movies
for them.
cost.
So it's free for them, no doubt.
Oh yeah, they babies.
He
y'all, they
just
babies.
totally missed the whole role we had going with the free
Right.
99.
Thank you, C.
You're right.
sorry.
Thank you, Carl, for holding me down. He was like, I don't know, how much is the movie? $8.99?
I'm being serious. Y'all not being. At least I'm taking them for the matinee. Isn't the matinee cheaper? I guess. Shoot.
Oh yeah, matinee. No, you on some old school foolishness. See, that was back when they was doing live stage plays. This is like, the baby's got IMAX. It's like $50, bruh. Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Pull out your big boy credit card, because that's gonna be the real deal Holyfield right there.
Hey,
Yep.
these-
I'm not taking them to lunch then. I had said lunch, but nobody getting lunch then.
Call
no,
Five Guys, see if they want to sponsor your field trip too.
let me tell you something. With the spoiled little son of mine, if he with you, you got to get him snack in there and lunch. So get yourself ready.
Oh,
Okay, well,
can you still? Let me ask you something. Fair foul, you still sneaking snacks into the movie theater? Is that still frowned upon, or is that just legal now?
Well, the last time I went, I took Chipotle. So that was a couple years ago. But I took Chipotle with me.
Oh, had the whole theater blew out with Chipotle,
I'm talking
huh?
about blew out, bro. Blew out. Yeah,
You
I'm
didn't have
sorry.
the Illuminati sauce and pull it out,
Oh,
did you?
you know I had, and it's hard to see the Illuminati sauce in the dark. They didn't catch that. They didn't catch that. Hard to see the
Oh,
Illuminati
man.
sauce in the dark.
Yeah, man, give us a nugget of the day. Stop playing, man. I've got work to do.
All
man.
right, my bad. Hey, y'all, here's a nugget of the day. With just kind of some of the things that are, really going on in our world right now, man, especially, in America, man, I'm asking you to do yourself a favor. Hold your babies closer, man. A lot of times when, there is uproar or what you might perceive to be, negativity, I'm telling you, man, you got to be strong, and not get caught up, in the negative parts of it, but you got to look at, what good can come out of it. And so I'm telling you, I'm holding my son and my daughter tighter. We eating lunch and dinner together. They're coming to the show with me, with my wife. We're up laughing and joking and playing cards. And, this is a rough time, man. But I'm telling y'all, the camp, we held the kids closer. We gave certificates, pictures, book bags, notepads, free food, money. I just feel like love conquers all. And so I'm just going to ask you, at this time, in America's history, it's more going on right now than probably ever before, and this is not the time to give up. This is not the time to throw in the towel. This is not the time to be discouraged. Call your grandma, call your auntie, go visit somebody you haven't seen in a while, make that phone call, send somebody a gift card, a book, whatever, man. But look, don't let evil conquer. Don't let evil conquer, man. Love covers a multitude of sin. Love, I personally believe, conquers all. So love, 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 all right? And for those of you out there who feel like you're already doing a lot, like I said, I'm taking the babies to the movies today. I could be at home with my friends talking about, stuff on the news and what's going wrong, but instead of being a part of the problem, I'm gonna be a part of the solution. So we're gonna go to the movies, we're gonna eat together, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna take pictures, we're gonna create some great memories, guys. And then we're gonna go to Chicago Monday and Tuesday, we're gonna start it all over again. So hug your baby a little tighter today. Tell your wife you love her, tell your husband how much you appreciate them. But love, 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 love. Do that for your boy E.T. Let's go out and spread love today, all right? Spread love. Spread love.
Hey, appreciate that nugget of the day, Carl E. Love y'all, man. Love y'all for listening. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul.